He's an example. He's an example of one with nice hair. Amen.
Hit me up some live.
You're live. The joke made it live too.
Mishnah.
What?
Even the joke made it
You
live.
can say it again. Say it again.
If you're not here in the flesh, you miss out. That's it.
Yeah, from my bald flesh.
Today we're starting a brand new parak. Parak.
Slick.
Mumim Elu. Daf Mem Gimel.
The last
I
pair.
also what?
The last pair.
I don't know. Check it out. No. No. We have
That's
not
called wishful thinking.
Anyways, we had a great privilege yesterday of having a guest from California, David, who corresponds with me on WhatsApp. I didn't know what he looks like, so he drove him from Tel Aviv, and I asked him if he'd come again. He said no, and here he is. So, thank you, David. It was really, seriously, it was really a highlight, Daf Yomi highlight for me of the year to see him. I always wondered what he looked like and who's this man behind the WhatsApp. So now you know. Says the Mishnah. Mumimelu, all these blemishes that we discussed up until now in the Masechta, bein kvuim, bein oivrim, whether they're temporary or permanent, poislam b'adam. So now we're moving from animals to humans. All these mumim. So if a human's tail doesn't reach his, besides that one, there's a few that don't really apply to humans, like hoofs and stuff like that. This is Rashi brought it up. You look at me like I'm crazy, but Rashi discussed it.
My father told me, he said there's these pictures of a guy who had a tail.
Vashti had one, no? She had a mum. She just took a mum because her tail probably didn't reach her knee, or whatever it was. Fine, it's poisel b'adam. So all the mumim, if the eyelid is slit, and all these things that we discussed, create a psul and a kayin. He can't do the avoid on the Beis Hamikdash. The yasser alayin, and humans have other issues. Hakiloin, v'alaftan, v'amakvan, v'shorosh shakut, v'skifas. So these 5 things we're going to see in the Gemara describes them. They're all shapes of heads, weird shaped skulls. Ubali chatoros. The art scroll translates this word as a hunchback. We'll see in the Gemara. I'm not sure that's what we call a hunchback, but basically there's an extra hump on his back, like a camel. He has this, like a little bit of
Arch.
Because I was thinking to myself, a hunchback is something like bent over, sort of. This is not bent over. It just means that he has a little bit of extra bulge. Scoliosis, okay. Fine. We'll see a little bit more. The Gemara talks about. No, listen. What about the next one? Noam hakireach.
I'm not correct.
You are not. You're actually pretty good on the chart.
But the bite is not valid, right? He does it.
Yeah, it does. Sure. If you puzzle, you puzzle. So we're gonna see in a second. You're right. These things are not. We're gonna see. There's 3 levels. Well, we'll get there.
Okay.
These don't invalidate, but it's a lot. V'chacham poislim. Review the machshav v'chacham poislim. So whatever this hunchback is, we're going to see in the Gemara if it has a bone, doesn't have a bone. Machlok is whether or not it's a mum. Hakireach and somebody that's bald puzzle. But the Gemara explains, but the Mishnah says Ezu kireach kol she'ein lo shito shel seir mukefes ma'oizen la'oizen. Because it's all the.
That's
No,
No, it's not a real picture. This one is really weak. But you know what? We'll just when we get there, because it's just out of order.
Okay.
We'll get there.
We're good.
You guys
I
don't
hope
have
we're there.
comb-overs.
So basically, he has. If you have hair that goes around your head from ear to ear, you have a little bit of a
This.
Monk's
hair.
fringe.
That saves you. Im yesh loy harei ze kosher. Now the Gemara asks, Amai. We start off the Mishnah that everything that an animal has, any moment animal has, goes to a human. Amai voiki yabelas loiksivu b'reis b'adam. The whole concept of warts, like we discussed, a wart with the bone, a wart on the pupil, etc. It's not brought down in the Torah in regard to a person. Visu, dak, tavlun, the cataract, the mixed up eye where white goes into the pupil goes from the pupil to the white. It's not brought down by an animal. It's only by a human. Says the Gemara, Melef Yalfim Ma'adodi. You have to say that you learn one from the other. The Sanya Ba'adam Lo'nemar Boy Yabelas. Ba'behema Lo'nemar Dak Tivalu. By a person, it doesn't say Yabelas, and by an animal, it doesn't say cataract. How do you know you could, whatever you have by an animal applies to a human and vice versa? Talmud Lo'imar, Gorov, Gorov, Yalefes, Yalefes, the Gzera Shava. It says the word Gorov by humans, it says Gorov by animals, it says the word Yalefes by humans and Yalefes by animals. It comes to give us a Gzera Shava. Whatever you have by animals, you have by humans. And the Gemara, like we had, I don't know when, like a couple of weeks ago, in the Gzera Shava itself, maybe not even a few weeks ago, a few days ago. In Daf Yomi, it seems like forever. Mafni, the words Gorov are extra. Otherwise, you have a Gzera Shava that's very weak. Yes, the words are the same, and I can learn out one place from another, but as soon as I have some sort of pircha, the Gzera Shava flies out the window. But if you have Mafni, you have the word that's completely extra, there's no need for the word, then the Gzera Shava is solid. You can't break it.
Free.
It's what?
It's free.
The word is free. Mafni is free. The word is free. The word is extra, free. I don't know. I don't like the word free. It's more proper to write like that, but it's free. Okay, fine. The word is free.
Superfluous.
But that's not how we talk. Us between humans.
That's because you're not English.
Available.
Available is right.
Available is the better word, but not as if you're writing a book. You write.
Unnecessary.
Unneeded.
Unnecessary.
Okay.
He says
Extra.
mutar, he says.
Extra.
Mutar.
Unneeded.
Okay,
It's
right.
available for
Unnecessary.
You have no business learning a person from an animal. Because an animal, you put the whole thing on the mizbeach. A human has a lot of mitzvahs, so you can't learn out one from the other. So the Gemara says, lai, and the Gemara always uses this word when the Gemara says this thing in Mufneh. Lai means correct, you are right, there's an extra, superfluous, there's a superfluous. So what else?
Available.
Be'emes, mutar, lai yafnui mafni, yes, it's extra, why?
Free.
What is a Yalefes? What is a Gorov? Yalefes and Gorov are both boils. The Yalefes is moist on the top, and Gorov, the Doraisa Gorov, I don't know if you remember, it was only like a day and a half ago, 2 days ago, we learned like two types of Gorovs. One was in the Mishnah, one was in the Torah. The one in the Torah is like a cheres. It's like a piece of earthenware, it's hardened through and through. So it's a disgusting thing compared to the moist one because it's so hard, it goes into the skin and creates cracks and things like that. It creates, if you remember the Gemara said it's a charetz. We should learn out from a charetz. It makes a groove in the skin. Says the Gemara, Vana Amino, so basically we don't need the word Gorov because it's already included in Yalefes. Vana Amino, Ma Yalefes the Lemi Isa, Havemuma. Yalefes is not as disgusting, not as gross as a Gorov. Yet it's considered a mum. Why? Because it's moist. Gorov the moist like kolshkin. Gorov, it's a boil that's more disgusting than a Yalefes. Certainly it should be a mum. So then why does the Torah repeat itself to teach us like how the Gorov, the Kazar Rahman Allah Mali Lachnuye. Okay. So then the Torah should have said a whole list of blemishes. You pick or choose. It could be by a human. And we'll just have Gorov and say whatever you have from this list goes to the other one, to the human as well. Or if you said it by a human, then take the whole list and bring it over to Behema. Why do we have something said by a Adam, something said by a Behema? It's not, and they're not equal.
This is a chart.
What?
This is a chart.
Yeah, but today there's so many charts and I ran out of time printing, so there's the things that are necessary we don't have today. We have other things. I had a lot of fun with the shaped heads and that sort of stuff. Says the Gemara, which one do you want to say the whole list in? So you'd have all the movement by a person and just say Gorov by an animal, and automatically I know all these movement by a person apply also to an animal. Cholod v'chutin, Kolot. Oh, this is kolot. Humans don't have a round hoof, so therefore it doesn't apply. So if he said all these by a human, I wouldn't know that this is absurd by an animal. If a cow, instead of having this shape, not the slit, the Gemara, remember, if you remember, we said even if it's round and it has a slit, it's still possible, but the shape, the pointiness of the toes of the hoof is not there. What else isn't by a human? Humans don't have.
Yeah, this we saw.
Yeah, but I wasn't so clear about this when we learned it, but during the presentation, by the Shechita presentation, he pointed out to us that the domesticated animals don't have teeth on the upper, they only have the lower teeth, and that's why they have to move their jaws from side to side to
Grind it.
not to grind, to cut the grass off the ground. They can't just cut. Oh, Rabbi Isai, I just wanted to say something. Some of the Bnei Ashir came up together, and the whole shir is getting together, Be'ez Hashem, and we are sending Yeshua on a mini vacation, like a weekend vacation. Today's his last day, his new day on a new job. He's having a new start to life, and the Olam said that they so appreciate him, his work that he does day to day for the shir, that the Olam got together. It's already done. Nobody has to be mishtatef. Whoever was mishtatef, but those who were mishtatef, yishar koyach, and just a small token of our appreciation. He deserves a tremendous vacation because he works every single day that hard. And Mamela, the Olam sent him away to vacation, and we'll get pictures when he goes. Yeah, you ready? You ready for the vacation on the beach? Maybe David will take him because he said he wants to go to the beach thing. All right. Yishkoyach to the Olam.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
It's a new day, new job. It's a new start for him. He's going through a hard time. He doesn't watch us. All right, he's down the block over here by the mall. Fine. Lo mashana. Says the Gemara. So, anyways, where were we? We were by the teeth. So, since humans have teeth, upper teeth, what's going on here? Oh, where is it? Nobody did.
You're one of his many.
Okay. A human has teeth here, so therefore there's no mum. This part over here, no, this is his bone, right? This is his skeleton. If there's a mum on this palate, the upper palate, it's a mum. But by a person, it's not a mum because a person has teeth covering it.
What about a cleft?
The bottom line is this is a mum by an animal, not a mum by a person, and therefore the Torah had to say it by an animal.
So cleft palate would be okay.
I don't know about cleft palate.
So how do they compare animals with
That's
humans?
probably no.
We have the
That's a different
different-
problem. What?
So we have to say there are differences.
Exactly.
Sheva,
No, Xer Shava works even if there's differences, but you can't just have one list because animals have things that humans don't have. What about a tail? The Gemara does well. The tail is not before in the Torah, but these are real mumim. Says the Gemara, because about them have amina called the possible about them possible behema called the chut in the lisnai ba'adam. A person doesn't have the upper palate, then he doesn't have hooves. The behema nami le'lipsilu. So you would never know that this is a psul by an animal. So say the whole list by an animal, and then learn the Xer Shava to a person. Have amina called the possible behema possible ba'adam. Giben. Oh, this is very interesting. We'll see it a little later. Somebody that has huge eyebrows that go all the way down, droop over his eyes.
No picture?
I have a picture.
Yeah, huge eyebrows that went over his eyes.
Okay, so maybe it
They
was.
droop over his eyes. They go up.
It's on the
This
group.
is the ones that grew.
is that a pasul in the
Oh, here's the.
Yeah, but that's on top of his eyes. That's
But it
over
goes.
his eyes.
But it could. It could. Okay.
Is that a pasul in the
You brush them up. He's gonna brush them
Yeah, you could have brushed them. It's not. Why is it so
No,
low?
it's
Obviously,
just
it's so
skin
low.
that hung down over his eyes.
it out from the discussion. So it's not a mum kavua.
The charum. Charum, as we're going to see, he has a sunken nose.
Right.
The lesson of behema, you don't have animals don't have eyebrows, and they don't have these sunken noses because the nose is actually on the snot. It's like snout. It's all the way, so it's not nothing to do with their eyes.
Snout.
Snout. Shkoyach. I have a dog. I should know these things, right?
You should.
No.
Cute dog.
We gotta talk. We gotta talk afterwards. It's your fault. But Adam Nami lives alone.
I saw the dog. It's very cute.
You mean like rat? That like white rat they have in their house?
Oh,
Still a dog. Right there.
Oh yeah. Gary. All right, fine. But Adam Nami lives alone. Anyway, so we have Mumim over here. We have Mumim over there. So we have to say by both. But the Gemara has to have this question. Say the whole list by one. And whatever is the extra put by behema. And then you have the Gzeir Shabbat that teaches you everything to everything. The bottom line is, so then why did the Torah say blind, the mum blind by both? That's how Rashi explains the question. It's a little bit of a deeper question. The Torah says a blind human and a blind animal. It's extra. Just say it by one. And your problem is that the other one doesn't have kolot, the other one doesn't have eyebrows. Okay, so that's what you should say extra. But why are you saying blind and crippled in both of them? That's not necessary. We already have Gzeir Shabbat to learn everything to everything.
Should be only the exceptions. Should be.
Only the exceptions should be the thing. Thank you. And I'm going to miss you too, by the way. Yudalim should talk to his contractor. In August, he's leaving, Mr.
What?
Formley.
Not if we can.
Where you going?
Sorry?
Where you
He's
going?
going to Yerushalayim, and he's going to watch it like his son says he watches it. His two sons say they watch it. I don't think so. Otherwise, we have whatever. Benji, if you're watching it now, let
Make
us
a
know.
sign.
Yeah, make a sign.
Show us a line.
Elo ketano de Rabbi Shmuel. The Tana Rabbi Shmuel called Parsha Shenemra V'Nishnis V'Nishnis Elo B'Shvil Dozhin Chadash Bo. So we have a concept. You're right. We have a couple of things extra, but a lot of times the Torah says a whole parsha and says a lot of extra words as long as there's one chiddush in that parsha. So over here, every parsha has a chiddush. We have the eyebrow and we have the kolot in the other parshas. So therefore, the Torah, we don't care anymore if there's extra words. Amarava. We had it a lot of times. Again, you have a parsha. What's the problem? That it says Iver and Pisach twice. Okay, so it said it twice. The point is that the parsha comes to be mechadish a chidush imumim in an animal. It says that kolot is a mum. So the fact that it says Pisach again doesn't bother us so much now. If it has nothing to add, if the parsha has zero to add, then it's a problem. But since it adds something,
Then what was the happening of the Gemara?
no, if we could get out of it and have a better explanation, what each thing comes, then fine. But since we're stuck, we have to say this verse. Amarava. Why does the Torah even mention the blemishes by a kohen? Mum bekachim, and all the blemishes by korbanos, and mum bechar, and the third. So we have three things. And now we're going to do the classic that tzrichusa. You can't learn anything from anything. Tzricha because of Rahmana mum ba'adam. If it only said the blemishes by a person, you're not going to be able to learn animals from a person. Why not? What's the obvious? Shekain nisrabe b'mitzvos. A person has a lot of mitzvahs. Adam b'bechar lo yasi, and you can't learn out of bechar. I'm sorry, a person from a bechar shekain u'atz mikar v'gav mizbeach. You put the bechar on the mizbeach. Kachim b'bechar lo yasi, and you can't learn out korbanos from a bechar, which are very similar. Shekain kedushasim mirechem. A bechar is kadosh as soon as it comes out by itself, so it has extra kedusha. Adam mikachim lo yasi shekain heimatz mikravim. Can't learn out a person from a carbon because the carbon is on the mizbeach. Bechar bekachim liyasi, and you can't learn out the reverse. A bechar from kachim shkin kedushasa meruba. You have a lot of kedusha by other karbanos. You have chatas, asham, all these things. Chadam echada lo yasya. You can't learn out one from one. Teisi chadam etarti. So let's learn out one from two. How do you want to do it? Mei teisi. You should learn out a bechar from a person and kachim. Malahanach shekin kedushasa meruba. We said before karbanos or mitzvahs by a person, v'nehagim v'pshutim, and it also applies to regular animals, not firstborn. Le'luta kachim v'teisi mehanach, and if you don't say by kachim, you want to learn out from bechar and a person. Malahanach shekin kedushasa me'aleim. A kohen is born as a kohen. A bechar is born as a bechar. But a carbon, you have to designate it yourself as a carbon later on. If it doesn't say by a person, and you want to learn out a person, a kayin from a bechor and kachim, they're all put on the mizbeach. So therefore, you need all three in the Torah. Yasser aleim ba'adam. So the Gemara, the Mishnah says that you have all these deformed heads, 5 different deformed heads that are in addition to the mumim. As the Gemara Benani, immediately, where does it say it in the Torah? It doesn't say it in the Torah. If you have, Rashi explains it very interesting. If you have a mum, then you're good. You have a mum. But but if you don't have a mum, then you have to be similar to Aaron. If you have one of the mumim in the Torah, then you're possible because you have a mum in the Torah. But if you don't have one of those mumim in the Torah, then you're possible because you don't look like Aaron HaKohen.
Well, I put all the Kohanim on with Zerah.
Yeah, but they have to look like Zerah. They are Zerah, but they have to be similar to his face. And since his face didn't look like a smashed watermelon or like an upside down cone, so therefore they are possible. Now, what's the difference though?
Right. You're saying a mum is an Isser Mitzad
Oh.
mum, and then Zerah.
So now the Gemara says, turn the page, and the Gemara gives us 3 categories. Mem Gimel on the base. Okay, so let's say you have a deformed skull, but it's not in the Torah. So what's the difference? If it's in the Torah, so the avodah that you performed in the Beis Hamikdash, she did hoylach and zrika, we say it's nothing, because you have a mum, you're blind. A person is blind; he can't perform the avodah, and if he performs the avodah, it's no good. It says it's mechulal if there's a mum. However, if you have a mum because you are not similar to Aaron, then it's an asay. So you're over an asay, but you're not. The avodah is performed, and you don't have to redo. Now there's one more category. If somebody's missing his teeth, we're going to see a few moments that the Mishnah brings down. He's missing his eyelashes. So it's marasayin. It doesn't look good. Not the marasayin that we're familiar with. You're not allowed to do something on Shabbos marasayin. It looks bad. People see it. They say, something's wrong. But it's not a deformity. Missing teeth. Okay, we've seen that. So that it could be now you say that if you don't look like Aaron HaKohen, you're over an asay. But if you look weird, not weird. If you don't look, it's a maris ayin problem. Then you're maybe over the rabbanon, but you're not over the deraisa. So it's 3 categories. One passes the avodah. The other one doesn't pass the avodah, but you get an avera. Another one you get maybe the rabbanon.
What's the gedder of Marasai?
It's whatever's in the Mishnah. I don't know. It's in the Mishnah. There's a couple of them that are specifically, the Mishnah says over here, the 2 that I remember are eyelashes and missing teeth. There might be a few others. Here, Shanoshim Shinov.
What is an albino cone?
Oh, it's one of the things, only because the Gemara today says he can't stand the sun. And albinos have a problem with sun. But I think it should be an issue.
He also has a hair issue, the albino.
Yes.
Is albino right?
Yes.
Albino
Yeah,
is
here.
here.
How we share doesn't have hair.
Correct.
Okay.
It's not considered a mo.
Oh, Rabbi Isai, here we go. Kiloin. Now we're going through the 5 heads in the Mishnah. Kiloin.
Bring out the pictures. Kiloin.
Kiloin, this is Kiloin. This is a real Kiloin, but I found this baby. This baby is real, and it's a Kiloin.
He was a normal baby, I think. No, he just the surgery. They took off his top of his scalp. Yeah.
Through surgery? Who said no?
I saw a guy that.
But a lot of babies are born deformed because of the way they sit in the womb.
You're saying that's not real on the other side?
This? I don't know. I never. By the way, because of Pat yesterday, I didn't have a TV growing up, but I know what Pat is. Okay, Giloy, the dummy Reisha la'achla. So his head looks like a barrel. In other words, the lid of a barrel starts out wide and becomes narrow on top. There's an interesting lashon all the way at the end of the page today. literally the last word of today's page. It says, Amar lo yiflakta, you're exaggerating. In other words, you don't need to exaggerate that she'll look like the guy from Saturday Night Live. It means that if the head is, people say, oh boy, that's the mother must love that baby kind of thing, just then you walk away, then that's a mum. It doesn't have to be literally a cone and and you start measuring. It's a weird shaped skull. Fine. Left on the domi reshe legadgolido the lifta. It looks like a turnip. So turnip is wide on top and narrow on the bottom. So I don't have a good picture for that. I heard that there's I have to look at, I didn't see it at Chaval, that it's already almost the end of the Masechta, but there's a sefer that has beautiful pictures, some Bechoros Chai or something, it's in the back of some Gemara. I didn't see it yet, but I was told it has very good pictures on this sugya. I mean, he drew nice heads. That's what I heard, I don't know. B'tzavari oimed be'emtza, Tana. B'tzavari oimed be'emtza roishoy. This also, I couldn't really find the picture.
His neck is the middle of
His neck is in the middle of the head. It's like a bobblehead. Those
Giraffe?
a person is flat. The back of his head kind of goes together with his neck usually, and if it sticks out a lot, so his neck looks like it's like a tree. The front and the back of his head are the same size kind of thing. That's a problem.
The average fullback.
What?
The average fullback.
Yeah, I have something. I have a picture of that actually. Yeah.
No, he's saying the opposite.
That's
Thick
the
neck,
opposite.
that's
Thick
opposite.
neck, he doesn't have a neck. Over
Right.
here, his neck is like a little stick
it's a
in the
stick.
middle. He has a head on both sides.
Ah.
Our head is more like this, and his is like this.
Okay, right, that's all right.
You don't like this. You rather the other sugya from 2 days ago. You were into that one. Mak from the dummy reish in the makava.
Weiter.
Only because every time I said something.
That's correct.
No, every time I said something, he's doing sound effects. Ooh. All right, you didn't hear it because you're not sitting next to him. Makvan the dummy Rachel Makava. If somebody's head looks like an axe, I don't know. Here, I took out of my sefer. Also, I didn't realize until yesterday that the sefer I bought on Chulin continues into Paris. I didn't really use it that much in Chulin. It was like the competition was Sichas Chulin. So, but here's Makvan. It goes by the blue. He takes a regular head, and wherever the blue is, that's the mum on the head. So Makvan kind of comes out. It looks like an axe for some reason. That's how he learns it. Other people learn the back, I think, of the head. It wasn't clear. Bechoros shakut milafano. What is this? What does the article say? Shakut. It's indented in the front.
Just a shakut.
Slanted diagonally downward in the front.
Okay.
What's the key for
Uskifas machorov slanted in the back.
And where's the
Here. Basically, his head is chopped off in the back, kind of.
Article translates it as
Ooh, I
shakut.
have a good one for shakut.
Article translates it as shakut.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
No,
Maybe
it
that's why.
says, Shiroshe Meshupa Milofana Balachson. King Klishon Nagar.
I found this crazy picture. I believe this is a real picture, not Photoshop. But it's in the wrong area. But basically, it's something like this.
Oh.
It hurt him a little bit when it happened.
He's
Yeah.
thinking.
I think this is no. This is actually no. This is a mugshot. I think they got this guy.
Not surprised.
I'm not kidding.
How did they identify him?
Are you sure it's not after surgery?
Yeah, there is some surgery here. There's some scars going on here.
How did they manage to
Fine.
do it line
Surgery
up?
doesn't make
I
it
think this guy's about mum. Lamaisa, at the end of the day, this guy should not be performing Avodah.
That must be one of his reasons.
Plus he's gonna be locked up anyway, so he's not getting out.
Oh, we shouldn't be out of the way.
All right.
Weiter.
Kedaminchi shokal pisa, a missing chunk. No, this is a missing chunk. This is literally a missing chunk. Okay. Tano. Mitzavari shokut vishomu. Ooh, this is a good one. This guy has his head on his shoulders, as they say in English. No, head on his shoulders, zero neck.
Boxer.
What did you say? This is in England. The who?
Where the people play rugby.
Rugby players. Yeah, we call them football players. Yeah. Vishamot,
Rugby's a landscape.
Shakot, the Chachamim, the Chavis, Michbos, Shamot, the Orich, Vishamot. So The first one is that he has no neck, and this one is the opposite. This is the world's longest neck. A little bit of it's a disease actually. This is before surgery. He's hoping to be normal. So.
That's without rings.
What?
That's without
That's
rings.
without rings. Look, he's able to. David is here. You can ask him what he said about. I read his thing afterwards. He said basically, let me think. No, that the rings push something into the collarbone.
The collarbone down.
The collarbone down. You're saying something like that. Okay, it's not like I was saying. I thought it meant. I thought those rings pull away the vertebrae. But you're saying, yeah, David. What were you saying?
It just pushes down the collarbone.
The who?
Collarbone?
It pushes down the collarbone. Okay. So, but is it true that if you take those rings off, they die? Like their head will? That's not true. Just one of those things. Urban legend.
Just don't take it off.
Okay, says the Gemara, Bali Chataros. We're talking about the hunchbacks. It was Machlokes, Reb Yehuda, and who was it? The Chachamim, if it's kosher or not. This Bei Etzem Kuli Amalei Pligi the Pasla. So you have this growth on his back. If it has a bone, then of course it's a mum. Keep Pligi the Lesbe Etzem. So the Machlokes, if it doesn't have a bone, it's just like a swollen something. Marsav it doesn't look like Aaron HaKohen, it's a mum. Marsava Kirkura the Nisra Almo. It's just it's a little piece of flesh, not a big deal. We had it by a wart. That if you have a wart on the body, it's tiltul ba'alma. It's just extra skin. That itself doesn't create a mum. It's interesting because he does look. This person looks out of place, yet it's that itself doesn't create a mum.
So why Moshe wasn't a Kohen?
Oh my gosh! I guess I forgot my. Hold on. Maybe I didn't forget it.
Yeah, a lot of stuff over here.
No.
We used all these?
Okay. I left the kiraf at home. Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, shame. Maybe it was min hashamayim because I didn't really ask the guy permission that sefer, but I figured if I draw on it, and I was kind of b'shinui. So Hashem save me from stealing. Okay.
Eli, so Moshe wasn't
Yeah.
a Kohen if he was able to.
Why? Because he had a lisp. We didn't learn that. The speech impediment
So
was.
anything we can see.
No, mum is seeing. I don't know if a speech impediment is. I don't know. Hakireach posel.
Because they're saying my side. Speech impediment on my side.
Oh, I did put it up. You see, here. Whoever doesn't believe I had one, it's online already. So basically, what's happening is there's about four possibilities when it comes to baldness. If there's a strip of hair that goes from ear to ear, like a band of strip from side to side, that's the best. That's not a kireach. If he has a strip of hair in the front, or a strip of hair in front and the back, that's what we're going to discuss. Says the Gemara, Hakireach pasol Omar Rav Elishanu elo she'ein lo la'achro. If he doesn't have the strip of hair in the back, that's a problem. Yesh lo lefanav, and he only has hair in the front. Aval yesh lo la'achro. But if he has any hair in the back, has a strip of hair that goes from ear to ear, and if he only has in the back, and he doesn't have in the front, it's okay.
We not magnet shaving game
No.
drag the magnets over the bald head.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Okay,
Nugget?
fine. Big the Master Seifa, that it says in the Seifa, Miyesh le'ari is kosher, that it is kosher. In the Seifa it says if it has hair, it's kosher. It's just, if he doesn't have hair in the back, and he has hair in the front, that's a bad baldness. But if he has in the front and the back, in other words, so let's picture this. He's completely bald in the center, where his kippah is, his yarmulke, he's bald, but he has hair all the way around. That's bad. That's considered a kireach. With the ein loy klal the pasuk. If he only has in the front but doesn't have in the back, that's for sure a kireach. With the ein loy klal, if he's like Michael Jordan, completely shaved, that's bad. That's considered
It's not shaved.
amon.
It's if he doesn't have.
He doesn't have, right? I'm saying like he looks like Michael Jordan.
So we're saying it's worse to have hair at the front than not have hair. If you just have it on the back, it's okay. But
The front doesn't help us. The front doesn't help us. The front, just front is no good.
Yeah.
Just back is good. Front and back is no good. The front ruins the back if it's missing here. By the way, it's not, I don't know if here's the point, but you said if Michael Jordan shaved his head, he's over Isser for shaving his head.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So besides that, I mean, you should do avoda with the Isser.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's not market. I don't think it's market. Doing this, I think it's market.
Hey, no, it's like Samcha. It's like it's visible to everybody right there. Omer Rebbe will say that people don't know about it because there's a lot of people that do it. Omer Rebbe Yochanan comes Rebbe Yochanan and says a chiddush hakar chonim, people that are bald, v'hananosim, dwarfs, v'azav ligonin, and people that have teary eyes, psulim, lefi she'enon shove b'zari shel Aaron. This is not something that Aaron HaKohen had, all these three things, and therefore it's a psul. Says the Gemara, what's going on here? Kar chonim tanino. Nanosim, we just learned from the Mishnah baldness. So Rabbi Yochanan shouldn't have to tell us anything about baldness. Nanosim, dwarves, tanino. We learned it also. Zavligonim, says the Gemara, itzrich leila shmina. Ma the same on Meshum Marasayin. Why did Rabbi Yochanan have to say anything about teary eyes? Because I would think that it's the third category. It's the least problem. It's only the Rabbanon to perform the avodah when you have teary eyes. So he comes to say no. It's ein zar shel Aaron. You should know that if somebody has teary eyes, he's over an isser. Says the Gemara, "V'kol heicha deika mishum maras ayin itna." If you're telling me that you were worried that you might think that zavligonim, teary eyes, or a kireach and ananas, what the Gemara is talking about is a baldness and dwarfism, whatever it's called. Dwarfism. If you're worried about, Rabbi Yochanan thought that you might think that being bald is only maras ayin problem. So if somebody does it, no, it's not the end of the world. Comes Rabbi Yochanan and says no. Being a kireach and a nanos is zari shel Aaron. It's the second category, not the third category. Says the Gemara, if that's the case, why would anybody think that? If a kireach was marasayin, the third category, then the Mishnah would right away interject and say, oh, kireach, marasayin. Because we see in the other Mishnahs, like we'll have today, on the bottom of the page, 3 lines from the bottom, it says, Noshru Riseyenov, if his eyelashes fell out, Pasol Mipnei Marasayin. It right away says Marasayin. The next Mishnah, on Daf Memdal and Amdal, the last words, Shenoshru Shinov Pasol Mipnei Marasayin. So if you thought that you would never have a havamina that a bald person is because of Marasayin, because then our Mishnah should say Marasayin. Umau the same Mishum Marasayin. V'kol heicha deika Mishum Marasayin idna. What? What are you reading?
Did you say that?
No.
No.
V'shenoshru Riseyenov Pasol Mipnei Marasayin. We're there in a second. It says Mefurish. It explains. Riseyenov, the eyelashes are missing, Marasayin. So it should say by Kireach. And it doesn't say, so obviously Kireach is because of that it's not Zera Shel Aaron. Says the Gemara, the same Toni Chodav Vuadin Lekulu. I'll think, okay, it says at the end of Riseyenov, it says Marasayin, and that includes all the Marasayin things. But that can't be. Because the following Mishnah Mendal says it again. So it's not one time for everything. Hello, Lapukim on the Tanya. No, Rabbi Yochanan is coming to exclude Rabbi Yehuda. The Sanya Karchonim Varanosim Vazavlonim Ksherim B'leyonim Pasal Mishum Marasayin. It's a Mefurish Brayso that says that it's Marasayin. My Haitana Rabbi Yehudi, the Sanya Rabbi Yehuda Oimer Kohanim L'Rabbi Sakarchonim, that the word Kohanim comes to say that a person that's bald could perform the Avodah. Comes Rabbi Yochanan and says no, all these things are not because of Marasayin. They're actually because of Zera Aaron, which puts it in a much stronger category. It's a lav. It's not a lav. It's an assay. It's a don't do it, but it's really over an assay. And Marasayin is only the Rabbi.
And Rabbi Yehuda holds it's mutter.
Yehuda says yeah.
Wow.
It's not. I don't think it says it's mutter. It should be, but there's a problem with Marasayin, so it's a little bit of an issue.
I find it difficult. I find it difficult to understand the difference between Zera Aaron and Marasayin. We've never seen photographs of Aaron HaKohen. We assume that it had a normal appearance.
Right, like everybody else.
So why is
no
that
different than everybody.
So why is that difference to Marasayin?
Oh, what you're asking? What creates a category of Marasayin?
As opposed to
I think a really strong mom versus a weaker mom.
Anything that's not derisa.
No. He's saying why is a funny shaped skull different than missing eyelashes? I think it's different personally. I wouldn't even know that eyelash is a mum. It's a very. What's together? I don't know. But it's shinayim, for instance, teeth.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, most people when they get older they lose their teeth.
Yeah.
It's just a normal thing.
Yeah.
So how can you compare that mum to somebody that has a cone-shaped head? They're not in the same category.
Right.
Now, what is the category? I don't know. Yeah, it's a little off. It's funny to see an old man without teeth. You know, you want him to put in his whatever, but dentures. But it's not like, wow, this guy has a people don't stare at him in the street like they stare at. So it's a different category. Says the Mishnah, Ein lo gvinim. He doesn't have eyebrows, or he has one eyebrow. By the way, when I was reading, I said, okay, if not both, so certainly if one, not the two, but it could be that if you have one, you're worse off than not having both. Or so they're both necessary, maybe. It says mafurish in the Torah, Giben, you should know, very long eyebrows is a mum daraisa. If Daisa Omer, you read it wrong. You didn't have the right explanation. Sorry, If Daisa Omer shekvinim shoichin. That what does it mean? That not that he's missing, but that he has long ones. Chanina ben Atigna Omer sheyesh leishnei gabim v'shtei shidrois. Chanina ben Atigna says different pshat. We're not talking about eyebrows. We're talking about.
You trim them.
So it's a mum over. But right now he doesn't have it. Right now he doesn't have trimmed ones. So it's like anything else. That's a mum over. But Chanina ben Atigna says, if he has two spines, two backs and two spines, that's a mum. We're going to see in the Gemara that there's basically no such thing.
Siamese twins.
No, Siamese twins is two.
It's not one guy though.
It's
That's
two
not one
persons.
person.
Siamese is two people. It's not one person.
Not one person, back there.
You can have
Says the Gemara, "V'giben the einloi mashma." Giben means he doesn't have. V'riminu giben sheyesh loi gvinim harbe. He has one eyebrow. Einloi gvinim oy einloi elo goven echad minayin. Kamaloi mar oy giben. So what are you telling me? Oy giben comes to say that if he doesn't have or if he has one. But why are you telling me that giben, like Reb Doisa says, that he has a very long one? In the Torah it seems like he doesn't have. So you learn both things. It's either you don't have at all, or you have a very long one, and that you learn from the oy. If a person has two spines, you tell me you actually saw a human being that wants to perform avodah and he has two spines, he could live. If a woman miscarries a fetus that has two backs, or two spines, it's not considered a fetus. In other words, so what if it's not a fetus? So she's not tummy. She doesn't have the tumah of a yoledes. The behema also ba'achila. Even a ben pekua would be a problem here. Says the Gemara, Kfaroma Nahalei Rav Shimi Barchila Rav Shimi already asked Rav this question: how could it live? B'amarlei Shimiyat. You're the person that everybody says you're Shimi. You're such a gadol. You should know this by yourself. Elosh b'shidrasei akuma, brought down 4 times in Shas. B'shidrasei akuma, when the Mishnah is talking about, when he means two spines, it doesn't mean two spines. He means that he has a very bad hunchback.
Like hunchback.
This is the hunchback. But when it's talking about that a woman miscarried and had a fetus with two backs, that's really two backs. And that can't live. Should we do this Mishnah or we should do it tomorrow? Yeah? Okay, oh yeah, we do have a minute or two. It says the Mishnah, Chachorim Pasul. What's a chorim? Is a chorim hakoychel shtein of tachas. So typically if you put eye, whatever, shadow in your eye, there's a wall called the nose. So you can't do it with one swift brush. The nose, I'm talking about inside the eye, like where women do their eye shadow over here. So you can't get there. But if the nose is sunken in deep enough, you could do it in one swift move. So that's a move. Basically, sunken nose. Shtein of lamalo, shtein of lamata. The Gemara is going to explain. In rachas lamalo, vein rachas lamato. Rois achelev is haliyah keachad. He's what is it called? No, a person that looks cross-eyed.
No, but
you
it's
can see
because he's
right
up and he's
down. You can see the first floor and the second floor, the top floor and the bottom floor at the same time. Sachi Shemesh, he can't sit in the sun, so that's what we were talking about before. It's a albino maybe. Lazagdom, by Tzairon, Shalosh Risayanov, Possible Marisayan. So this we had, he has no eyelashes, he's Marisayan. Parabano, Chorum, Shechatma Shekua, his nose is recessed in, Chatmoy Soiled, it's shrunken, his nose. Chatmoy Boilem, his nostrils are closed. Chatmoy Noitev, his nose droops below his lips, says Rashi. Minayin, Tamaloymar, Oichorum, doesn't say it in Torah, but we learn from Oichorum. It's so sunken in that he could do his what is it called?
Eyeliner, one shot.
One shot. Omer loy, hiflakta, you exaggerated. It doesn't have to be so sunken.